up and running. Just 2 more clicks here really quick. Okay, great to see everybody. I hope the bodies are doing well this morning. Good morning. Welcome to LisaBug Strength and Stamina. This is our last Tuesday in the month of July 2026, but I think I'm going to continue this into August, this certain format. I've been getting some good feedback from that. So what I have today, I'm going to be focusing on a lot of different things with strength training to focus on the core as well as upper and lower body, kind of working those together. I also have a technique that's going to help us work our mind and our body. We're going to be doing exercises with both and then a single, and with both and a single, with a lot of different of our exercises. So that's going to keep our brain engaged on some sequencing with our strength training. Let's start with your ball and make sure your water's close by. I'll give you plenty of water drinks, but take those as needed as well. And we're going to start with the ball in the right hand and then just reach it up any amount, pass it to the left hand and then back. So you're just going to start to transfer the ball from one hand to the other. And then this leads into our body wave. So as the arms swing back, we bend the knees, and then we lift upon the toes as we swap the ball to the opposite hand. And then we get a full body warm-up exercise all the way from the ankles and toes up through the knees and hips, bracing through the spine, warming up the shoulders. A little bit of finger interaction as well, and some balance work. Good, let's do 3 more on each arm with the ball, and 2 more. Great. 1 more. And then bring the ball right to the chest, give it a squeeze, come down into your squat, and start to rotate side to side, right to left. And with this one, I like to keep my head still, but look down in front of me, maybe about 3 or 4 feet ahead of my toes. And that keeps a nice neutral cervical spine. Good. Just about 10 more seconds with our twist pressing into the ball. Stabilize the lower body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Okay, bring the ball into both hands, but take it down to your right hip and then up toward the corner of the room. Down to your right hip and up. And then I just want you to shift your body weight and tap your toes. So we're doing step tap. And then you can turn your head looking down, looking up, down, up. This is called the wood chop. So I'm reviewing it in the warm-up because later on in class, we're going to be doing it with the option of using a weight in our hands. And of course, if the weight doesn't work, you can go back to using the ball later on. We're also going to have the option of doing this exercise down on one knee. Okay, so now we have to go the other direction. So let's come to the left hip and up, left. And then if it doesn't make you dizzy, look down toward the ball and look up. Good, so we've got some rotation of the spine here. We have a little bit of lateral movement side to side, warming up through the outer thighs, inner thighs, hips. And again, those shoulders, and you're reaching up any amount that feels okay for your body. Let's get 4 more of these wood chops. 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring the ball in the right hand. Take the arms out, pass to the left and open, pass to the right and open. So this one we'll do with our knee raises. When your arms are open, a knee lifts up. So 1, switch, 2, switch. Good. And then add that finger mobility, squeezing the ball. Try to squeeze with your thumb, your index finger, your middle finger, your ring finger. I think that's supposed to be one of the weakest fingers in the hand, and your little finger. So try to get some activation with all of the fingers together as well as a little bit individually. Good. Let's do 3 more, passing the ball from side to side. And 2 more. Moving the shoulders through horizontal movement. 1 more each side. Great job. Step nice and wide. Now we're going to bring the ball in the right hand, pass it down to the left, and open, pass it down to the right. Then we add our ballet squat. Down, out, and down, out. Good. Bending the knees, nice and wide. Knees tracking over the toes. Now I want to add a side bend. So when the ball comes to your right hand, right here, tip over. And then you'll bring the ball, pass it to the left hand, tip to the side. Great. Pass it to the right, side bend. And to the left, ballet squat. Good. 2 more of each. And stretch. Oh, I love these warm-up exercises. They feel so great. 1 more on each arm. Nice. Okay, bring the ball to your right hand, bring your feet back in, start marching, and I want you to imagine that you're riding a bicycle with your hands. So you're just gonna march, ride a bicycle, squeeze that ball. Doesn't matter what pace you go, just march your knees, and then reverse the bicycle, go backwards. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch hands. Start to bicycle forward, march. If you got some space at home, you can walk it around a little bit, forward and back, side to side. Just want you moving the body. And then reverse your bicycle backward. Good job, looking for great posture here. Standing really tall. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, set your ball down. Grab a drink of water. We've got 1 heavy weight or medium. We're going to try that wood chop that we did in the warm-up. So I have an 8-pounder. So what I'm going to do is step on my left foot. My right foot is back a little. And I'm going to bring that weight down toward my left hip and then reach it up, or sorry, your right hip. So your right side, and then up any amount. So be careful with the weight that you choose. If you have any issues with your shoulders, you can also bring it in here like this and bend the elbow for a bicep curl. But a lot of this exercise comes from the core. So I really want you to feel the abdominals, the obliques through this exercise. Looking for 3 more. Rotate. 2 and 1. Great job. All right, now we'll change the feet. So your right foot is in front. Your left foot is back in that split stance. Adjust the workload if it's too heavy or too light. Come down toward your left hip and reach. Rotate, reach. Any height with the weight. Maybe you're just here. So do what you can. Holding on to 1 weight, I think, is nice because it keeps the arms balanced. But if you have really light ones, you could hold on to 2 smaller weights, 1 in each hand. Now, where do we breathe? Let's put our inhale when our arms are coming up, and then exhale to twist down. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, set that weight down. Very nice. We're going to come back and get another set in a minute. We have also been working up on our push-ups. Last week we did 10. I'm working towards getting 30. So today is 15 push-ups. So you can go over to the wall. You can go to your countertop, to a chair, come down to the floor. I want you counting your 15 at your own pace. Exhale when you're pressing up. Choose your range of motion for this. You can make them small. Just want you to build that strength in your chest and shoulders with a nice supported spine. Okay, whenever you're ready, begin. You're going at your own pace, counting your own reps. I'm going to go ahead and get my 15 here. And if 15 isn't doable today, it's okay. This is a journey. We're working towards getting this, just like we did with our planks. And we've got some of those today too. Excellent. I think that's 7 for me. So I've got 8 to go. If you want to get a few more, that's okay too. Go for that 30. 5 more for me. Nice job. Really keep the abs engaged. 2 more for me. And last one. And relax. Take any stretch that you need. And then we are going to do 3 rounds of 1-minute planks. And you can choose whatever you want for those minutes. So round number 1, get ready for 1 minute of a plank. Your choice. Bird dogs are great. Those are included. Side planks are great from the elbows, forearms, knees, or toes. All right, get in position, ready, and start. 60 seconds. I'll give you the halfway mark. Sometimes I like to do our planks early on in class because our shoulders are fresh. Sometimes after we've done all of our strength training, it's really hard to do our push-ups when our shoulders are feeling fatigued. Same thing with our core. Okay, that is 30 seconds. We have 30 remaining. Check your posture. Everything's really active in the body. Shoulder blades are down and back. Core is really zipped up. And we're breathing. 15 seconds remaining. Ooh, beautiful. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax and rest. Great job. Okay, so we're going to do our wood chop again. I'm going to give you the option to do it standing up. I'm going to grab my little kneeling pad. So you can do your wood chop standing up, just like we did before. Your other option is to do the wood chop down on one knee. So I'm going to grab my weight and have it ready. So if you choose to do that, this is the position that we will be in. This is a lot more core and balance. So if you want to try it, we're on our right knee. Our left leg is forward. We have our weight, the weight of your choice. The weight starts over the back leg hip, and then we reach it up. Okay, let's go for 10 of these. 9. And if you're standing up, your left foot is slightly behind your right, just as we did before. 8. Any range of motion that works for your shoulders. 7. 6. 5. Control it coming down. Really resist. 4. 3. I like the stretch I'm getting in my right hip flexor, or the back leg hip flexor. Last one. And relax. Set your weight down. Now we're not going to do the other side immediately. We're going to do a second 1-minute plank. So you decide which one you want to do. I'm going to do a side kneeling plank. So I'm going to go right from this knee over here. So if you'd like to do that as well, you can do this with no support on your shoulder, which is what's really nice. Okay, let's get my clock ready to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, start. Good. So whatever plank you choose, doesn't have to be a side plank. You can do a bird dog again, another forward plank. So you're setting the bar for yourself today, knowing what we've got ahead. This is our second 1-minute plank of 3. After this plank, we do the other side wood chop, and then we finish with our final plank. Okay, you are coming up to 30 seconds now. So let's continue breathing, holding for another 30. Adding any little options that you'd like. And just really focusing on that core bracing and stabilization. That's what our plank is about. Stabilizing our spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Take a stretch, take a break, and then we'll be doing the other side wood chop, either standing up or on the knee. So if we're doing it standing, your left foot is in front, your right foot is in split stance. If we're on our knee, we have our left knee down, right leg forward. Let's get ready with the weight of your choice. So it starts with a little bit of rotation. The weight is down over that back leg, and we rotate and lift 10 and 9. I definitely feel the difference doing this kneeling. There's so much more balance involved in core. 4. Wow, I'm really feeling the abs. 5, 6. Control it coming down. Try not to let gravity take over. 7, 8, or as many as you can get. 9, and 10. Rest. Okay, decide where you want to go for your last plank. I'm going to go ahead, and since I've got this knee down, I'm going to come right out here to this side for my kneeling plank. I'll give you a few seconds to set up and get ready. Last 60-second plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, start. Good job. So when I'm doing this side plank, I'm imagining I'm sandwiched between 2 panes of glass, one in front of me, and my entire body is just in alignment with that pane of glass, and same with the one behind me. And that is my plane here. I don't want to lose that by dropping a shoulder down or dropping my head forward. That's 30 seconds, everybody. 30 to go. And sometimes in these side planks, I see the head dropping down. That's the first thing that comes out of alignment. So keep that chin right in position. You can turn your head, just don't let your chin sink down. Okay, we've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Okay, back on your feet. You might be there already, depending on the plank that you did. Let's grab another drink of water. And then we have our heavy weights for bent over rows. And the technique we're going to be using is to row both arms one time, then the right arm only, then both arms again, and then the left arm only. So soften your knees. Bring your weights here. You can face them any direction. You can add any rotation, but we're going to pull both elbows back and then just the right arm. Pull both elbows back and the left arm. Now, when you do the single, I want you to rotate. So both arms, rotate. Both arms, rotate. I'm going to do these for 60 seconds. Or as many as you can get. Make sure your knees are bent. Your spine is neutral. And this is a mind-body exercise because I'm not going to cue it all the time. You've got to remember what one comes next. And then your body will get in a rhythm with it. But we don't want to let our mind wander and forget where we are. 30 seconds to go. Zip up your abs. If you need to come up and take a break, take it, then go back in. Good job. 15 seconds. 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Great job. Roll the shoulders. Now check and see if the weights that you have are okay for upright rows. So with the upright rows, our arms are here, and we bring both arms up, and then we bring the right arm up. So give it a try, and then adjust your weights if needed. Okay, are we ready? Stand tall, both arms. One arm. Both arms. One arm. Now when we do both arms, I want you to lift your heels off the floor as an option. So up, then a single arm, then the calf raise, and then the other arm. Great job. So 1 minute on these. Upright row. Works those shoulders. A little bit of upper trapezius. A bit of biceps. Good job. 30 seconds. And up. And a single. Great job. 15 seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm type A, so I have to do a little bit more, so I finish on the left side. Okay, I got a little bit more than a minute. That's okay. All right, set your weights down. Shake out your hands a little bit. After you've had them in your hands for a while, you need to take a little break, maybe a drink of water. We're going to go down in workload a little bit unless you already had a lower choice. So I'm going to go from my 8s now to my 5s. So I want you to watch the exercise. It still involves both arms and then one, but it's a little bit different. So both arms is going to do the row. One arm will do a tricep kickback, and then you'll come down, and then you'll row again. Then the other arm does a tricep kickback. So we go both arms, one arm. Both arms, one arm. Okay, 60 seconds. Both arms, one arm. And I want your weights okay for you to be able to extend that arm behind you. That's the harder piece of the exercise. The row is going to feel sort of easy with your weights, but I want you to be able to accomplish that behind you. Both arms, one arm. Both arms, one arm. We have 30 seconds to go. So we have upper back, rear shoulders, triceps. Great job, everybody. You're down to 15 seconds. Both arms, one arm. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and rest. Great job. Now check and see if the weights you have are okay for bicep curls. So just do a couple, and then we have both arms and one arm rotating your palms up. And then both arm, rotate the other side with your palm up. On both, I want you to add your calf raise for balance. So get ready, 60 seconds. Both arms, lift your heels up, then one arm. And both, and one. Good, a lot of mind body with our strength training today, which I love. You know I like to throw that in because our brain needs to be exercised as well. So dementia prevention, right? We want to do that as much as we can. Good job. You're about halfway. 30 seconds to go. Keep your mind on your sequence as well as what you're doing with your posture and your muscle engagement. 15 seconds. Good job. And 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Set those weights down. Great job. Okay, another quick drink of water. We're going to do some shoulder raises with squats. So the weight you had might be okay. You might want something a little lighter. But if the shoulder raises don't work for you, you can also do some more bicep curls or upright rows. So what we're going to do is sit into a squat. Both arms go forward as we sit back, and then one arm. Both as we sit, and one arm. Now your challenge for balance, you're going to pick up the opposite knee from the single arm you're raising. So what it'll look like is squat. If I lift my right arm forward, my left knee comes up. Then I squat, other side. Now you can change the shoulder raises or do them without weights. It's all good. 1 minute. Down and balance. If you just want to lift up the knee and not lift the shoulder on that second one, that's okay too. Do what you can here. And down and up. Good. Woo. We're just about halfway. Just about 30 seconds to go from here. This one's getting the sweat meter and the heart rate up. Nice job. 20 seconds. Almost there. Challenging, challenging. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Great job. Set those weights down. Okay, so your option is to go ahead and use your band. I'm going to do a similar kind of both legs, one leg type of activity. So take a second to put that on. Sit in a chair if you need to so you don't trip. Bring that just above the knees. So with our squats, the both legs will be a narrow squat sitting down, and then the one leg will be to step the foot out and squat. And you're going to come back into both legs towards each other. Then the other leg, my stuff is in the way, it's going to squat out. I'm going to move my things just a little bit because if I trip on my equipment, it's forever on YouTube. Okay, so 1 minute, squat in the center. Now, if you want to add some upper body weights, you can. I'm just focusing on the band and the legs. So add anything that you'd like. So one squat is narrow, and you're going to kick that leg out, squat wide. So we're working the outer thigh. Great job. Woo. Nice. I'm going pretty slow, but you can pick up the pace a little bit if you'd like. 30 seconds to go. I'm really feeling those outer thighs. Good job. 15 seconds. Excellent. One more on each side. Next time you step out with your left leg, that'll be your last one. Or one in the middle. And come up. Woo. Okay, since we have our bands on, we're going to come down onto the floor. I'd like a couple of your weights close by your spot so we can have those available. Actually, let's bring 2 of each size of weight. That way, once we get down there, you've got everything available that you're going to need. Good time to get a drink of water as well. Be very careful walking around with the band around your thighs. Now, you don't have to have it, but it's going to be helpful with a lot of these exercises. So the first one we're going to do, we're just going to relax our hips a little bit because we just used them a bunch. So I'm just going to have the band around my legs with my knees bent here. We want to have our pretty heavy weights for some presses, both arms, and then one arm. Okay, so go ahead and get your weights together. We're going to start in the up position. We're going to go down with both arms, up with one, and then all the way up with both. Down with both arms, up with the other one, up with both. So down and hold, up with the right, and up. I can see my clock here. So 1 minute on these. So this one on my brain has to really think about this. So we're going to go down with both arms, up with one, and then up with both and right back down with both. So the one arm starts from the bottom to the top. Okay, good. At your own pace on these. Keep your mind on the movement on the mind on your money, and the money on your mind. I don't know, that was some song. Okay, we've got 15 seconds. Great job. Working chest, triceps, shoulders. Let's do one more on each side. So the next time you finish with the left arm pushing up, that'll be your last one. And then all the way to the top. And then relax your weights down carefully. Okay, so we have this exercise from the big 3. Support the back of your head. And we talked last week about helping with this strain in our neck by gently pushing our head back into our hands. We're going to extend the right leg out. And then all I want you to do for now is just slightly press it out to the side and back in against the rubber band. So you'll do one out to the side and then one crunch. One leg out to the side, one crunch. So this is going to give you time to rest your head each time because you're doing a hip abduction and then you're doing your crunch. Try to push your head back as you come up. Good. Let's do 6 more of each movement. Out. can do this without the band as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, set that right foot back down, relax your arms, relax your head. You can even do a little stretch, anything that you want before we move to the other side. Okay, so now our left leg is extended long. It's off the floor a little bit. We're pressing back into the fingers slightly with the back of the head. We'll press the left leg out. Let's do maybe about 3 of them before we start to add the crunch, because that's what we did on the other side. We did a little practice round. Okay, so now we press out lateral, come in, add 1 crunch, press it out, come in, and a crunch. Exhale, exhale, and up. Good. 6 more. Press and lift. When your head is down, relax it. 5, 4, 3. Now, even though the left leg is the one that's moving, I feel some work in this right leg too from stabilizing. Last one, and up, and relax. Take any stretches. I think knees to chest sounds really nice. So we are going to take lighter weights for chest flies. I've got to come away from my screen a little bit. We're going to do this exercise in a bridge with a little bit of pressure out into your band. So I want the weights up to start, lift up into bridge, slightly push out into your band. We're going to open both arms out, close them, and then just open the right arm. Then do both, and just the left arm. Now, if your weights are pretty heavy, you can bend your elbows quite a bit. If your weights are really light, keep your arms straighter. Maintain the bridge. Both arms open. When one arm opens, notice the difference in your core connection. Good. Now, I want to give you another option with this upper body routine or sequence. We can stay in bridge, or we'll take a break for a second so you can stay in bridge, or we can bring the knees up to table. This is going to be a little bit more challenging on your core. So if you'd like to try this, we'll open both arms and then one arm and both. So when our feet are not on the floor like they were in bridge, you're going to feel that one arm wants to take your body over to the side. That's where you need to really brace. And just gently push out into your band, whether you're doing the bridge or whether you're doing the tabletop. Let's do 2 more of each. So we'll do doubles and then the right arm. Last one of each, doubles and the left arm. And then relax the feet, relax the weights next to you, roll over onto one side for clamshell. So this is one where I want to give you, if you have shoulders that are okay with it, I want to give you the option to add that side bridge from the Big 3 series. So if you have shoulder issues, you're not going to do side bridge. So side bridge, you would be up here on the elbow and you would be lifting your hip up off the ground. If your shoulder says, mm-mm, then what I want you to do is don't worry about that piece. You're going to come down here, and we are going to do clamshells. Your option is to add your rotator cuff exercise with a light weight with clamshells. And then it's really challenging, but you can put this all together. So I'm just going to demonstrate it if any of you want to try it. So you do a clamshell as you're lifting the hip up, and then we come down. I can only maybe do a couple. That is really challenging. But if you want to stay with it, that's your option. Let's get about 6 more. 6. Good. 5. I just think it's not like it hurts when I do it. I feel like from my hip replacements, I just don't have the strength to go there. Just a couple maybe. 2 more. But maybe I need to do it more often. Last one, and then relax. Okay, just extend this top leg, slightly turn your foot down. We're going to do 10 leg lifts to the side. 1 and 2. This is our hip abduction with our toe rotating down. 3, 4. If the band is getting too much, slip it off. All of this can be done without your exercise band. 6, 7, 8. Uncle, 2 more. 9 and 10. Okay, let's do a stretch before we switch sides. So just stack your knees. You can slide your upper body forward a little more, and then stretch your top shoulder back into a twist. If that's not doing it for you, pick a different stretch. Pick one that works. And just about 3 deep breaths here. How are we doing on time? Oh, good. Okay, so take your time to come on to the other hip for that series. I like to have this for my elbow on the floor so I can show that one. So, options again. If you want to do the side bridge and your shoulder's okay to do it, you can lift up. You can do the rotator cuff and the clamshell, or you can put them both together where you rotate, lift the hip, and come down. This side is definitely easier for me, but I'm going to only do 1 more and then finish the rest off of this shoulder. Okay, so let's get about 6 more, slow and controlled. 1, 2, deep external rotation, really good for the hips. 3, and the rotator cuff exercise is great. 4, the weight gets heavy, just do this without the hand weight. 5, 1 more. Great job. Extend that top leg out, turn your foot down so your heel leads up. This rolls your thigh in a medial position. Lift it. 10, 9. Make sure your shoulder and your head and neck are comfortable. 8, leading with the heel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's get that stretch. So stack your knees, slide your shoulder forward a little bit, roll back, or choose any other stretch that feels nice for you. Hold and take some deep breaths. Okay, we're going to come up to a seated position, and we'll be using our resistance band as an option that I'd like to show you. You can decide if you'd like to do that. So I'm going to slide it down off my legs, but I'm going to put it under the bottom of my feet. Now I want you to be careful with this, because if this flies up, it could snap and hit you. So I want to be sure that you feel like you've got some control there. Your knees can be slightly bent or straight legs, and we're just going to roll back, feeling your abdominals working, and then the band is going to help you to sit up. Now, if you don't need it, don't use it. If you can roll back on your own, but maybe you can lay way back further than you could because you've got the help of the band. And again, your knees can be bent or legs straight. And then with this one, I want to hold onto the band with one hand and turn out and do 5 of them rotating one way, 2, without the band, of course, works great, 3, 4, 5, and come up, switch the hand, sit up tall, rotate out to the other side, 5. This always reminds me of my friend Joan. She's a personal training client of mine that I don't have the option to work with anymore because she moved. But whenever we would do this in Pilates, she called it the Ladybird wave. So Ladybird Johnson, I guess, would wave out of the car like that. Okay, I think this is 5. Let's do one more Ladybird wave. And come up. Great job. Okay, so we can use this to help us stretch if you'd like. And come into a seated stretch here with one leg extended out. We can toss that strap over the bottom of our foot and use it to pull ourselves down into a stretch. And if you don't need it, that's okay. Or if you'd rather use your yoga strap, that's fine too. So let's hold here and breathe for the hamstring. And if it feels better for you to maybe sit in a chair and do this or lay on your back and do it, find the hamstring stretch that you like the best. Sometimes just for flow of class, I pick this position that we're already in, which was sitting up. All right, one more breath. And then we'll switch sides. Support anything you need to. This knee needs to be supported for me. Look how well the ball works for that. That's great. We can find all kinds of neat things to do with our toys. Okay, let's hold the stretch here. And breathe. It's interesting because I feel this one so much more in my low back than on the other leg. But I think until I get my right knee replaced, I'm going to have a lot of differences from one side of the body to the other that will maybe even themselves out eventually. Good, a couple more breaths. Oh, now I'm feeling like I'm sinking down into it. Something's letting go, which is good. All right, let's let that side go. And then if you're laying on your back, you can put your feet together laying on your back and stay in that hip stretch on your spine, or come up to seated with your butterfly stretch. You can take your legs further out away from you, closer in, whichever you'd like. And then maybe you don't even stretch forward. Maybe you're just sitting straight up, or bringing your hands behind you, opening up the chest, and breathe. Just staying here about another 15 seconds. Let your hips relax and gravity pull them down toward the floor. Last breath. Okay, so a deep calf stretch. You can choose downward dog if you'd like to, or you can stand all the way up and choose a standing lunge. So if we're doing down dog, we can roll over onto our mat. What we'll do is bend one knee so we can deeply drop the other heel toward the floor to stretch the calf. If you like that standing lunge, then one foot is in front, one foot is way back. We're pressing the heel down. You can have hands against a wall for support. And let's hold here a few breaths and then we'll switch sides. What's nice about this one versus down dog is like if I sit up, really lift my chest, I can get the hip flexor as well on the back leg. Okay, let's do the other side. So I'm going to do a little bit of a down dog first. Bending the knee, pushing the heel down. And then I'll come up into the lunge. Another option for the lunge, for the benefit of that, is a balance challenge. At least for me, I feel like I'm working a lot more stabilization. But I do like the down dog for the shoulder stretch. A couple more breaths. And then come all the way up to a stand. I was feeling the need today to do breath of Joyce. So let's finish with breath of Joyce. So just a reminder, we have our feet about hip distance apart. There's 3 breaths in. The arms on the first breath are forward. Second breath are out. The third breath in are up. We can come up onto our toes. And then we exhale through our mouth. So let's just start slow first. Inhale, 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 breathe out. Inhale, 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 breathe out. Okay, 30 seconds at any pace you want to go. "15 seconds. One more time. And come on up. Take a nice big chest expansion. And then we'll wrap the right arm on top of left here, or an eagle. Look to the right. You can bring those arms across to the left a little bit. And then come back to the center, open back out into chest expansion. Wrap the left arm on top of right, either here or into eagle. We'll look left and maybe bring the elbows across to the right. And back to center. One more chest expansion. And very nicely done. Great job, everyone. You are free. I hope you had a great class. I'll take our recording down and we can stay on for a little chit chat if you're available for a few minutes. Good work today. Another class that flew by.